All right.
In 2011, the Texas legislature approved a $5.4 billion reduction or budget cut for the state schools funding. Today, I will speak to you about how this budget cut is still affecting our children and their education and the need to increase the school's public funding or public school funding. Because education is a field that I want to work in, I've done extensive research for this speech so that we could all learn about the facts and what to do to make a difference. School finance reform is desperately needed, and to prove that, I will tell you the need for change, possible solutions, and how society will benefit from it. Change is needed. Funding in Texas public schools has failed to keep up with inflation and population change, especially in 2011, from the 2011 budget cuts. According to a 2013 article from the Center of Public Policy Priorities written by Chandra Villanueva, over a 10-year period from 2001 to 2 school year and to the 2011-12 school year, public school enrollment increased by 20.1%. The number of economically disadvantaged students increased by 43.7%, and that's over double the growth of the school population as a whole. Hispanic student enrollment grew by 46.5%, while white student enrollment decreased by 10.2%. The number of bilingual students grew by 49.2%, and the number of students with limited English proficiency grew by 39.4%. Villanueva reported that $4 billion of the legislature cuts was from formula funding and over $1 billion from education grant, primarily from programs that promote academic success for disadvantaged or at-risk students. And this appears to be where the biggest population growth is occurring. According to the School Funding Fairness National Report Card from March of 2016, many districts on the most disadvantaged list are in the state with regressive funding, including Texas. What are some possible solutions? Well, a major reformation of the educational budget is needed. However, since the mid-2000s, justices have started pulling back on school finances, and there's no sign of reversing course, according to Laura Incensi, 2016 article from NPR edition. In 2013, the Texas Supreme Court issued a ruling to uphold the state's public school funding system as constitutional, while also urging the state lawmakers to implement transformational top-to-bottom reform that amount to more than Band-Aid on top of Band-Aid, as stated in Cloyer's 2016 article in the Texas Tribune. Raising the basic allotment of the most equitable way to distribute additional school funds, because it increases at the base level or for the starting point for every district, explains Villanueva in her 2013 article for the Center for Public Policy Priorities. The budget was increased for the first time in 2006 from $4,765 per student to $4,931 per student. In 2015, per student in 2014, and up to $5,022 in 2015. House Bill 1025, a supplemental appropriations bill, the legislature added another $200 million to the formula, raising the basic allotment even further to $4,950 in 2014, and raising it to $5,040 in 2015. School districts also saw an increase in the guaranteed yield of golden pennies in 2015. The guaranteed yield for these pennies will increase from $59.97 per penny of tax rate currently to $61.86 in 2015. Villanueva concluded that there are some increases in the education spending for the next year, the legislature failed to undo the harm created by the unprecedented cuts made in 2011. We want to ensure our children have a high quality education, and as Villanueva stated in her 2013 Center for Public Policy Priorities article, making sure all Texas children receive a high quality education is key to the future economic prosperity of the state. We need the legislature to re-examine the cost of education index and the weights and allotments in the funding formulas, ensuring that districts are provided adequate resources to provide an education to all students that meet their needs as individuals and our needs for a prosperous future for Texas. There are two significant ways that we can contribute to the school finance puzzle according to the 2016 School Funding and Finance article on mytexaspublicschool.org. The first is to make sure that to vote in your school bond elections and so that the school has the voters' approval to secure funding. The second is to make sure your child attends school. Attending school is how your school gets funding. Attendance and funding are related. School districts in Texas receive state funding based on part an average daily attendance number, and ADA is a key number in the formula that ultimately determines how much money your school gets from the state. Do your part, get out and vote, and make sure your kids go to school every day.